Weird things that you ate growing up that people today don't really talk about. My mom used to put raspberries up in jars, like mason jars, and they had like a raspberry syrup with them, but it wasn't a thick syrup, it was watery. But they were like, she just called them like canned raspberries. And we had jars of them all over. We had this wooden like bookcase in the basement where we had like all of these jars, and she would can string beans. And I don't remember, she must have made pickles. I don't remember her making pickles. I know that she did. We had a lot of pickled beets growing up. We had a lot of, but she would do raspberry jam, strawberry jam, and I remember the raspberries in the sauce. And I don't even know like if you can buy that or what it was, but we would eat those just on their own in a bowl, or we would put them on buttered toast, or we could put them over ice cream. But usually we just would eat them in a bowl, and we would like dip buttered toast in them. And they were so good. And I don't know when we would eat them. I'm trying to remember. It wasn't like a dessert. It was just kind of like maybe like we got back late on a Saturday night or something, and we just had those as like a little meal. I don't know. I don't remember eating them for lunch or for dinner or anything. I just remember like sitting there watching TV with a little bowl of raspberries and a toast, like a little piece of buttered toast. I don't know. We did a lot of things with toast when I was growing up. I think like we didn't have a lot of money. There were 3 kids. My dad was the only one who worked. My mom stayed home until I think I was in 6th grade, I think, when she started working full time. But sometimes we would have hamburgers on on 2 pieces of toast for the hamburger buns. We would have a hot dog wrapped in a piece of toast as the bun. I mean, we had hot dog buns and hamburger rolls and stuff like that at certain points. But if we didn't have any in the house, my mom would just use bread. And so we had a lot of that. We had the open-faced turkey sandwiches on toast, like or like the big stuff that would come in like the tinfoil pan, like from I want to say Morton's, something like that. Or Swanson, or I don't remember what brand it was, but it would have the gravy and the slices of turkey in the big pan. I actually make a healthier version of that. I go and get like the organic deli meat. I get like the really high end, like the sliced turkey that's like actual sliced turkey, like falling apart sliced turkey. And I will get that, and then I will make like a homemade brown gravy, gluten-free, and put it over some toast, gluten-free toast. And serve it with like a little bit of like cranberry jelly or something, and it's so good. It's so good. My mom used to also, and I don't know why, she was from South Carolina, but we were living in New England. I was raised in New England, and we had some things that were not necessarily Southern, not necessarily Yankee. I don't know what it was, but we would have like buttered toast sandwiches a lot, where like let's say that she made a chicken or a roast beef. The next day we would have that meat cold, like sliced up, and she would put it on buttered toast. And then we would have, so like for the roast beef, we always had like slices of roast beef cold on toast with melted butter and ketchup, and we would have roast beef sandwiches. Or if with chicken, sometimes we would have either mayonnaise or mustard, also the butter on the toast, and then the chunks of chicken from the roast chicken, and then maybe like lettuce. So that was like a leftover sandwich that we would have. She also used to have like a meatloaf sandwich that she would put on toast with ketchup. I don't think I ever ate the meatloaf sandwiches. I liked her meatloaf, but I don't want to eat it cold the next day on a sandwich. So I don't think I ever had that. The other thing that my mother always did, and my grandmother also did, and I think this was probably a Northern Yankee, New England thing, but my grandmother would add cream to everything. And they did live on a dairy farm for years, and then later, before I was born, everything was sold off for the livestock. but they used to have a creamery there. And she would put cream on everything. So if they had like fresh green beans out of the garden, they'd put butter and they'd put a little bit of cream on them. And she would do that with peas, carrots, and if we had like the little red potatoes, she would always put butter and cream on those and kind of like do like a smashed potato, but like leave the little peels on and then do like a butter and cream. And my grandfather always had Jell-O that he would sprinkle white sugar on and then pour cream over. And it would just kind of crackle up, and you'd kind of like, it reminds me of like the dirty sodas, like the Italian sodas, or like the dirty sodas that they have. I know they became really popular with Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, where they would add half and half or coffee creamer to like Baja Blast, or they'll do it with Dr. Pepper. I had a raspberry one at, I think it was like was it like a raspberry Sprite? I don't know. Anyway, they had maybe it was cherry Sprite. They had like a dirty cherry Sprite at Red Robin last time we went. But the Italian sodas that would have like the sparkling water, but then it would have the Italian syrup, like the coffee syrups, like raspberry, and then they'd add half and half with it. And people also do it with Red Bull. So that's what the Jell-O kind of reminded me of. Like, it sounds weird, but it was really kind of deconstructed whipped cream, really, because we'd put the sugar on it and put that. When I was growing up, we always had homemade whipped cream that they would just whip up, and you'd put like powdered sugar in it. My mother always added vanilla to it, and it was just so good. And then it took me a really long time when I got older to like go somewhere and be served something with like Reddi-wip and have it not be that homemade fresh whipped cream, because there's just nothing that tastes like that. Reddi-wip is close, but it's not the same thing. And Cool Whip, no, that's just a big blob of chemicals. That doesn't taste anything like whipped cream. It's not bad. It's bad for you, but it doesn't taste bad, but it's not whipped cream. Anyway, that's enough of my food rambling this morning. I love you guys. Let me know what your food memories are. I love talking about food. Can you tell? Anything you want to discuss in the comments, let me know. What was one thing that you had that was kind of a strange thing? Yeah, let me know. Love you guys. Take care.